Hi all, welcome back to a new post today, and I hope you all are doing really well. So let's look about education today. So the National Curriculum Framework was, the pre-draft was released yesterday by the Ministry of Education and it was put for comments. Let's look what does this NCF or the National Curriculum Framework speaks about. So it brings about changes in the textbooks and also it relates to the education from your preschool up to your 12th standard. So let's get some few insights into what are the changes that are going to be, that are proposed in the framework and when it is going to be implemented as such. So this National Curriculum Framework was first released in 1975 and subsequently it was released in 1988, 2000 and then 2005 by the National Council for Education, Research and Training, that is the NCRT, which releases various books for various grades relating to schooling. So it is one of the 4 national curriculum frameworks which was brought out, and it provides a framework for making syllabus, the textbook, the teaching practice within the school education, which is all actually programmed on this national curriculum framework. Now, the Ministry of Education released the pre-draft of the National Curriculum Framework for school education for public feedback, and the recommendations will be finalized after the round discussion with the National Steering Committee, which is led by the ISRO chairperson Kasturirangan, who actually developed it. Now, what actually is National Curriculum Framework? So it's a framework or a key document on which the textbooks and the teaching methodology or practices are actually based on. So basically it deals with the syllabus from your pre-primary up to your 12th grade. Now this was revised last in 2005 and now it is being brought about by the India government for regulating the education sector, that is with deciding the framework for syllabus, teaching methodologies from primary to school to your 12th standard. Now under the latest round of revision which is underway in September 2021, the draft framework on early childhood care education and school education have already been prepared, while the work is still on for teacher education, adult education. Now apart from the textbooks, the National Curriculum Framework or the FCF, after its adoption by the CBSE and other state boards, will also restructure various other aspects like your classroom, including choice of subjects and also the pattern of teaching, as well as examinations or assessment. So what are the proposed changes now that this NCF, the draft NCF, is proposing with regard to subjects or examination in your secondary stage? Let's look at it. So on the most significant recommendations, the draft NCF on school education are about the choice of subjects now that the students can make from 9th to 12th. So over 2 years in your 9th and the 10th, the students will have a choice of 16 courses that are categorized in 8 curriculum areas. Now the suggested curriculum areas are humanities, which it will also include your languages, mathematics and computing, vocational education, physical education, arts, social sciences, science, and then interdisciplinary areas as well. Student will have to clear 8 board exams, each of which will assess their hold on the course they learnt in class 9 and 10. And to obtain the final certificate, this will factor in their performance in all the exams that are held over this 2 years, that is for 9th and 10th. Now under the current system, there is no such linkage between 9th and 10th, let me tell you, and the students across most boards actually have to pass only just 5 to 6 subjects to clear class 10. So now there will be a vast area of subjects, almost 16 courses categorized into 8 areas. The committee has recommended more changes in 11th and 12th, including the introduction of semester in class 12. So this is being recommended with regard to 11th and 12th. Now in the 12th, in terms of subjects, the subjects will be a choice again of a pack of 16 courses from 8 curriculum areas. Currently in class 12 for CBSE, when they appear for the board, it's at least 5 subjects and a maximum of 6. So there is little scope for them to actually pursue any other multidisciplinary education. Now in other words, the students will have to pick a combination of physics, mathematics, chemistry, and can also simultaneously opt for history, political science, which is now not possible. Now under the proposed system, this will be possible, as the NEP, that is the National Education, New Education or the National Education Policy, envisages no hard core separation between the arts, science and the humanities. So how will the teaching learning change for younger students now if the recommendations are implemented? So let's go to the younger age, that is foundation level, from age 3 to 8, enrolled in grades between the preschool and your class 2. So the pedagogical approach suggested here is play based. That adds that textbooks will be added from grade 1 and most of the content will be based on toys, puzzles and manipulatives. Now, along with these materials, learning experience will be organized through your physical exploration in the classroom, and outdoor space activities also will become the most important content or the part of it. Now, for grades 3, 4 and 5, the preparatory stage for the children, they will be introduced to textbooks which will also include language based textbook, mathematics, while also retaining the activity and discovery based approach. So in the middle stage, that is 6, 7 and 8, natural as well as social sciences will be introduced. Modular based board examinations will be offered as opposed to one examination at the end of the year, and the final certification will be based on the cumulative score of all these modular based examinations. This is what the draft NCF says. So it will be a big relief, and also it will inculcate a culture of facing challenges and also examinations very frequently. If you have modular based examinations, there will also be a chance for thorough examination of knowledge in that very particular area. So when will these changes actually come into effect? Now, the government recently announced that these textbooks based on the revised NCF will be taught in the schools from 24-25, that's from the next academic year and not this academic year. But a specific timeline for the implementation of the changes of examination and assessment and also subject design has still not been yet made. Now, in a statement, the Education Ministry has also said that the pre-draft of the NCF still requires a lot of rounds of discussion within the National Steering Committee, and so it's still in the draft and also the stage for comments and also discussion and preponderance on the changes or the effects of these changes. It will take some time to be implemented as said, but the textbooks revision will happen from the next coming academic year. So a real big change to be seen with regard to combination of subjects or the way the assessment is being done, not only from your high school level but right from your pre-primary school, middle school, and then your 10th, 9th, 10th and 11th and 12th. So a vast change in the way education is going to be conducted in India, and also revision of the textbooks, which is a very, very welcome step on part of the government, with the government aiming to make India a knowledge society. So I shall see you in my next post, and until then, happy learning.